Right, welcome back, and continuing on with our discussion, we have with us over the phone Dr. Mohamed Halim, political analyst. Good evening to you, Dr. Mohamed.
Good evening, ma'am.
How do you view the important topics that would be topping the agenda of talks between President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi and the United Arab Emirates, President Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed?
Well, the sort of the visit is being initiated by His Own Excellency, Mr. President Abdel Sisi, today to the United Arab Emirates with His Own Royal Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed, is commonly regarded as very much important in the continuation of the diplomatic relations and the consulatic ties and the confirmation of the bilateral relations actually between the two countries. A sort of a relation that is very much deep and firmly and very much historic between the two brotherly countries. In addition to the fact that, the cultural dimensions and the economic ties and the strategic partnership, actually, there is a great deal of interest on both parties, actually, to consult, to investigate, to examine, and to coordinate, and to cooperate in the meantime around a large number of different issues and international problems, actually, and national diplomatic ties in the meantime of joint cooperation, of joint interest during the course of the present time situation and in addition to the near future, actually. As it is to be, precipitated and represented by Chancellor Mr. Ahmed Fahmy, the spokesman of the Egyptian presidency, that, that sort of visit would come within the framework of the privacy and the sense of the deep interest of the diplomatic relations between United Arab Emirates on the one hand and the Egyptian state on the other, and what seems to be quite connecting both of, international relations and joint cooperation and coordination at almost all levels and all fields, in addition to the fact that the sort of the relation between the two leaders, actually, that is His Own Excellency, Mr. President Abdel Sisi on the one hand, and His Own Royal Highness, Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed on the other, is very much firmly one indeed, representing the Arab strong relation, representing an underlying, in the meantime, certain individual sort of diplomacy of a sort of in addition to the fact that, the sort of the cooperation between His Own Excellency, Mr. President Abdel Sisi, and Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed, His Own Highness, His Royal Highness, in Al Alamein, since quite a very short period of time, was a sort of very much a brotherly meeting, interpreted as, a firmly tied one indeed, inaugurating one further important step for cooperation between the two countries, and discussing and examining all the besieging dangers, actually, that would face the Arab world, not only the United Arab Emirates, and not only Egypt, but actually all the Arab world, within a period which is commonly, described as a ferociously changing period that is replete with instances of instability, of inequality, actually, perhaps in Syria, in Yemen, in Libya, in addition to what you might call the natural disasters, that befall on Morocco and Libya, and attempts of some Arab leaders to try to solve that sort of problematic situation. But it seems to be quite that within that sort of circumstances, actually, the Egyptian armed forces would put a sort of helping hand and would initiate and inaugurate the very much quick sort of aid, food, beverage, medicine for all these countries. And this is one of, I think, the most negative steps that is to be taken by the Egyptian state to take the lead among all the other Arab countries, despite the fact that there are some allegations actually being represented here, there, and everywhere, that there are some other hidden dimensions for the interference of the armed forces actually into Libya But I would really testify the fact that, and would really endorse the fact that the only interference is within the interest of all the Libyan people, for just aiding them, for just helping them, for stretching a helping hand, actually, either, in the field of faith or even in medicine in the meantime.
Yes, yes, Dr. Mohamed Abdul Halim, political analyst, thank you so much for being with us and for your input. And we move on to with our discussion to the second report. And definitely, as we said at the very beginning, the foreign policy of Egypt has been seeing a historic boom and extending to in all levels: the African, the Arab, the Asian, the European, and definitely on all spheres. Within this framework, President Sisi has met last week with French Foreign Minister Catherine Colonna and Speaker of the Equatorial Guinea Senate Teresa Lifwa Hassan Juno. Before we move on with our discussion, let's first have this quick report and we'll come back.